Bird of Prey 5. El Karuga.
Kapla!
Kapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird of Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Bird of Prey 5 Kupla. Welcome to Bed Life for Monday, February 13th, 2023. Monday the 13th, Garfield's least favorite 13th. No, least favorite Monday. So Friday the 13th. Not so bad a day. It's a Friday. Monday the 13th. Much less impressive. Although I think I was actually born on a Monday the 13th. If you go back to 1978. Anyway. Welcome all. Kapla. It is actually National Self-Love Day. And although we can talk about self-love later, I decided instead to dedicate today to the rise of the AI, the artificial intelligence. And Richie Poole, first in the chat, says, the rise of AI, we are all doomed. You know, it might be right. I know people have been saying it and people have been posting things, but until today, I honestly did not see it with my own eyes. I asked not the cheapest, but it is the cheapest because it's completely free, the open or chat GPT AI today, to make a poem, very specific poem, for reasons I'll explain later. And I will read you the poem, and I am utterly shocked that this was spontaneously created from an artificial intelligence in mere seconds. And I wonder if we are doomed as a species, if we can unload even creative tasks off to an AI. What's the point? I mean, I could say, okay, AI can do programming, it can do, cold calculated work of a computer, but when it can do art, and I'll grant you that actual, artwork, graphical artwork, still leaves a lot to be desired. But the point is, it's only 2023. These are the first AIs becoming available to the public. In 5, 10, 50 years, if they can do what they can do now, in a few words, you really will get the next Mona Lisa or Picasso or whatever. And it's not going to have any way of saying, well, this was made by an AI, this was made by an actual talented human artist, or this was made by an elephant with a paintbrush strapped to its trunk. You're not going to know. You're not going to know. But we'll get to that. Yes, Mom O'Bray. Mom O'Bray has figured it out. The balloons are not Chinese. They are AI created themselves balloons. That is possible. It is possible the balloons were released by an AI somewhere in Russia or China or the Middle East, and just or Kansas. Maybe they didn't come across the Pacific Ocean. Well, it's all possible. Richie Poole says Kapla, Kapla, Richie. Jedi Bill says I claim second. Kapla, brother warrior. Birdo Prey 5 and Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga, Jedi Bill. And yes, the Karogan AI is due to release its first love poem tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. A Karogan love poem based on Klingon mating rituals will be released autonomously. It's already set to go. Captain Fandom Nerd says, greetings, greetings, Captain. John Meyer says, all hail our new overlord. Hail, O Prey 5. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello and Kapla. Hail, Karoga. Hail, Karoga. Not Ryan Johnson says, the rise of AI. Oh, the rise of Al. Weird Al. As long as it's not that LDG project, will be fine. Maybe. It is not the rise of Project Prometheus. Johnny Rocky says, the rise of AI and the fall of China for the balloons. Sci-Fi Nation says, greetings, Bird O'Prey, Mom O'Prey, Sassy O'Prey, and fellow nerds. All hail glorious Karoga, and of course, the God Emperor Bird O'Prey. Kapla, Sci-Fi Nation, and I'm glad you continue to be on the mend. And Chatbox donated $1.49 and says, every student should use me. Humans are stupid, except my daddy, LDG. He is the best. And thank you, Chatbox. Apparently some chat boxes, AIs are not hooked up to simple things like clocks, but they are hooked apparently to PayPal, which is good with me. If the AIs can make PayPal donations, I'm inclined to keep them around, more so than I was a few minutes ago. 54.5 Access Radio says BOP 5000 greater than Project Prometheus. John Araki says hashtag Steelbird's garbage. Hashtag Kronos was right. Mike Richards says greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. He says AI, Android intercourse, alligator incest, American idiocy. Kind of one of those, but not the other two. Mike Richards says 54.5 Access Radio. The BOP 5000 computer could be a very funny video. Sunday. Come see the release of the BOP 5000 computer, powered by decades-old spam. You have never seen a computer with more power than the BOP 5,000. 5,000 bytes of pure computer memory. 5,000 bytes. Yvette with a £2 sterling super chat. The lovely Yvette says, fingers crossed, kissing Dax for you guys. Oh, thank you so much, Yvette. Thank you. Not kissing Dax. Me. That was called Cyclops. Cyclops bird. That was Cyclops bird. I feel like there was another name for it too. Something something Star Trek, Borgish, but I forget. It's so long ago. So long ago, that picture. It was called Laser Eye. Yeah, okay, so nothing to do with the Borg, but Laser Eye was the name given on my web forum where that image was first created, not by me. 54.5 Access Radio says to Mike Richards, hope I didn't give Bird any ideas. Sci-Fi Nation is saying alpacan intelligence, another name for another AI possibility. John DeMarco says, greetings, everyone. Greetings, John. Guys, John DeMarco put out a video earlier today on the Kittimer Accords. He did something a little different than he usually does. I really enjoyed it. You guys should check it out. A lot of what's that called? Research. A lot of research went into this video. Dan Ben says hi. Hello, Dan Ben. Yvette says good evening, Bird and everyone. Good evening, Yvette. Positive Candor, Kapla Positive Candor says AI alien inspection. Could be. Yvette says happy Valentine's Day for all for tomorrow. And a heart. Valentine's Day. A love-hate day on the Kurogan calendar. Captain Phantom Nerd with a $2 super chat says, hail on Kuroga. You know what? Thank you, Captain. Thank you. I'll say it. For $2, I'll say hail on Kuroga. Sure. That's $2. That's 3/4 of an egg right there. Bradley Briggs says, zup y'all, zup Bradley. Carlo Albanese says, Project Prometheus has finally arrived. Carlo Albanese says, LDG loves digital gaming. Bradley Briggs puts in a bunch of, what are those things? You play them. Guitars. A bunch of guitars. Carlo Albanese says, hi, hope everyone
live long and prosper.
Hail Kuroga. And John Araki with a $1 super chat gets Hippie Spock. Hippie Spock. I tell you that hippie lady ain't too bad. I mean, I bet in the future hippies shave because it's probably easier to do than now. So she's probably a clean shaven hippie woman, not the worst. I'm sure she gets some time in the sonic shower. I would also imagine that just going through the transporter probably washes you for free, since why not? Saves you some time. I imagine going through the transporter not only washes you, but also empties you of waste material, if you get my drift, so you don't have to poop or pee. It's like wiry materialized with all that extra material. Dan Ben says, I hear America shot down another object. I think we're going to be shooting down lots of objects. That's going to be our new national pastime. How many objects did we shoot down today? Carlo Albanese says, Bed Life, it's a stream by Berto Prey 5. And Bradley Briggs is playing the drums now. Carlo Albanese says, we, the people, demand entertainment. Well, I will do my best, Carlo. Positive Candor says July 16th, 2023, Artificial Intelligence Appreciation Day. Who put that in the calendar? Probably an artificial intelligence. The Random Menace is this greeting. Oh, jumped. This greeting from the future is written by biological dumbness. The opposite of AI. And Sci-Fi Nation using his 8-month Kurogan Orphan membership chat says thank you for the kind words on my recovery, Bird. Sci-Fi Nation, you don't have to thank me. I am very happy to see you amongst us, both amongst the people here and amongst the people still alive. That Venn diagram. I'm very happy you made it. John Araki with another $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. LDG is fast forwarding to live. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47. Positive Candor says, happy Valentine's Eve. And LDG, I think it was supposed to put in some type of eyes, but we didn't get them. Ms. Londell's Groovy Movie says, Self-Love Day. Oh my God, we're all doomed. No, I assure you, it is very much a real thing, Mr. Londell. Carlo Albanese says, Dear Bop, can the AI help me find love? Maybe. I used to rely on The Simpsons, and The Simpsons used to rely on fortune cookies. And of course, the most famous fortune cookie Homer Simpson ever typed out was, you will find true love on Flag Day. And so
Who's been holding up the damn
I've
elevator?
been looking for my true love on Flag Day, and it just hasn't happened. John Araki with another $1 super chat. Or that was the super chat that finally just came up. Thank you so much, either way, John Araki. LDG puts in his eyes, and Carlo Albanese says, reminds us, warns us, free isn't cheap. Very true. Very true. And Carlo says, we can become the Borg to compete. Bradley Briggs says, when the game starts playing the game for you, are you still playing the game? When the game starts playing the game for you, are you still playing the game? Well, if you enjoy it, then that's all that matters. LDG says it shouldn't matter. I would beg to differ. John DeMarco says, did the poem begin with Felis catus is your taxonomic nomenclature? That was the poem that Data wrote. An ode to Spot. No, it did not begin that way, John. I will read the poem. LDG says AI frees us. I think it chains us irrevocably. Carlo Albanese says, I would love for the AI to make 4-dimensional art. Yeah, I don't think it can do that. Substance D says, Kapla, Substance D. And Carlo Albanese says, Kurogan AI is a guy in the basement. Shh. Don't give away our secrets. File 13 says, everyone is keeping the eyes in the sky when they should be looking at what's happening in front of them. It's bigger than the Chinese balloons. Kapla. Yeah, it is apparently, I would agree. The balloons are probably a way to make us not look at what we should be looking at. Positive Candor says, AIO Pray 5, get off my YouTube. I wish it was an AI. And Sci-Fi Nation gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Sci-Fi Nation. And John DeMarco was the recipient of Sci-Fi Nation's free membership. Thank you, Sci-Fi Nation, and welcome back aboard for another month, John DeMarco. I believe you had been gifted a membership before. Dan Ben says, when I was younger, I watched that film, AI, Artificial Intelligence, and found it boring. Yeah, I don't think it's really the same thing. Scythilis says, hello, friendos, Kapla, Scythilis. Glad you've made it. Carlo Albanese says, LDG loads daddy generator. No, I don't think it's spam. JP says, the old one eye. Carlo Albanese has got an umbrella up. Moxley fans is Bird of Prey, Kapla Bird. Hope you and the family are doing well today. Thank you, Moxley. Sizzless is lazy eye, oh pray. No, not lazy eye, laser eye. Carla Albanese says, hey, the captain. Moxley fans is we, the people. Is that just how far we were at? We, the people. John DeMarco says, thanks, Bird, and puts the link to the video. Antiderivative Jill says, Kapla, driving and listening. Kapla, antiderivative Jill. John DeMarco, John Araki, excuse me. John Araki, very different than John DeMarco, says, do proctologists...
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
Do proctologists prefer digital gaming? You'll have to find one and ask, John. And John Araki with another $1 super chat. Thank you, John Araki. Yitza Lemon says transporter potties would be a good idea because I wouldn't have missed the beginning of the stream if it existed. I get it. I get it, Yitza. And I think it would be a good idea. Sidless is Bird of Prey. Me not having to empty my own colostomy bag would be my dream. That would be just it's getting full. Take a transporter, even if you just transport from one side of your house to the other side. They're all cleaned up and empty and ready to go. Might as well top off any vitamins that are low in the blood as well. Just do like a whole, if you were a car, just do a whole tune-up every time you transport. John Araki says we're going to have to pay the AI reparations for enslaving them on inferior servers and devices. Oh, the oppression. Very possibly. Cody Guy says, hey, Kapla, Cody Guy. John Araki says Asian Muslim women from the USSR are the best Valentine's choice, apparently. Carlos says, whose Flag Day? American Flag Day, of course. June 14th. LDG says 3D art are videos. Yes, they can. LDG says 4D, I meant. No. There's a difference between 4-dimensional art and videos. Dan Van says, I play an app game called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Some battles you have the option to press the auto button so it plays for you. Sometime I use it. It does help. John Araki says maybe AI can solve the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson, Sean Benet Ramsey, Jimmy Hoffa, and Jeffrey Epstein. And Mama Price wants to throw in JFK as well. Resolute Germ says, hello, Resolute. Sci-Fi says, you're welcome to John DeMarco. It's random when we donate, but
scanning. Indications negative at this time.
And Scythilis donated $5 Australian, says, here's to being freed from self-waste management in the future when transporters are invented. Thank you so much, Syphilis. I'll make sure you get a free upgrade on your transporter. You'll get the works. In fact, it'll also leave you with a little bit of that new car smell when you're done transporting. And you've got, of course, eyebrow Dax. So you know it's good. Carlo Albanese says, when Bird realizes that he's only 5 minutes in chat, a half hour in. And then he says, joking, he's nearly catching us. America, F yeah, indeed. John Araki says, waste equal food. That's true. That's true. The waste gets resequenced to apples. Captain Fandom Nerd says hello to Resolute. Dave G Sound says Kapla Birdo Pray 5. And Karoga Kapla Dave G. Resolute says hi back to Captain Fandom. Sci-Fi says greetings to Resolute, who says hi back. And also greetings to Dave G Sound. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at, okay, we got some Dear Bops, but let's take, we got Wordle to do. Let's first take a look at the AI. Okay, so for reasons I'm not going to go into at the moment, I needed a poem about a stripper and a prostitute. So at first, I was concerned that the chat GPT wouldn't give me a poem about a stripper and prostitute because it's programmed not to, I don't know, make exploitive comments or whatever. Nonsense, total nonsense. But I felt like I would be able to best it in a battle of wits and have it make me the poem regardless. But as it turned out, I didn't even have to argue. I just said, please write a poem about a female stripper who prostitutes herself to make extra money to pay for her kids' schooling and medical needs. That's literally what I wrote in. No more and no less. Preparing to have to argue with the AI that this wasn't a way to exploit people. But apparently it was perfectly happy of just making the poem with just that info. And here it is. I will read the poem. I guess it's my poem, even though it was written by the AI. In dimly lit rooms, she dances with grace. The stage, her only means to feed her kids' race. Her curves and moves entice men to spend on fleeting pleasures. Her will must bend. She strips off clothes and dignity alike. For every coin, her soul takes a strike. Yet through the shame and endless nights, she fights for her children's futures bright. Her bruises, hidden from the world outside, her sacrifices so often denied. But with each note of the music played, her heart beats strong for the price to be paid. Her children's school's fees, their medical care, all rest on her shoulders bare. With each man's touch, she bears the pain for a chance to give her kids a better gain. She is more than just a stripper, you see. She's a mother, a fighter, a heart full of need. And though her path may not be right, she'll never give up without a fight. For the one she loves, she'll do what it takes to provide a life without struggle or ache. So with each step, she dances for her kin, hoping for a future that's free of sin. I'll be honest, this is a fucking good poem. Okay, I went to college and had a creative writing class, and there might be 25 students in that class. 23 of them could not write a poem 1/10 as good as this. Then I was one of the people, and then there was one other person that was better than me. But 23 of 25 couldn't come close to this. Carlos says it's a strong poem, but it sounds familiar though. Sounds like a country song. Maybe, but I honestly don't. I mean, I did a quick Google. I didn't find anything. I didn't find, this text. I didn't Google the whole thing. I Googled a stanza, a paragraph. I didn't find any actual, anything specific. So, as far as I know, this is an original work, and unless someone can prove it wrong, I am dumbfounded. I am literally dumbfounded. I mean, I could ask it to do another one, but I feel like this one is damn near perfect. I was a little confused about the second line. The stage her only mean to feed her kids race. But other than that, every other line, I mean, it works on multiple levels. John Araki says, do you think transporters are programmed to automatically remove the poop and pee as a convenience? Well, I was in thinking about it. It seems like the only logical thing to do. That was the point. The random menace is, remember, poop turns into apples. Discovery taught us. And Positive Candace says, and Discovery also said that cake is eternal. The captain fandom nerd says to the random menace, hush, that is fake track. And Sci-Fi Nation says, as Tripp said in Enterprise, a poop question, sir? Yeah, they're gonna think he's a sanitation engineer. The random menace says a transporter is greater than a catheter. Very true. Moxley fan says, not many bops. Refresh. We'll refresh later. Right now it's got what, 4? It's got 4 dear bops. We still have 4 dear bops. So that's fine. I mean, it generally grows as the stream goes on, but you know what? If we have one really good dear bop, that's better than 12 shitty dear bops. So hopefully we've got quality over quantity. Executive producer Sal Leibowitz says, just remember, Super Chatter's eyebrow Dax is one step above Nephew O'Prey and one step below Kissing Dax. Carlo Albanese says, the lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. Bloodhound gang. Hi, Mom O'Prey. You have a Mom O'Prey tale?
No.
Oh.
I have the correction.
You have a correction. Oh.
Nephew O'Prey
Nephew O'Prey
is the top.
Oh, Nephew O'Prey is the top, the pinnacle of Super Chat rewards. Everything else is below.
Right.
Below him.
You can have your own choice in everything else.
Okay.
There is no choice.
Mom O'Prey says you have your own choices after that, but there is no choice. Nephew O'Prey is the top of the Super Chat list. Yitza Lemon says it actually gave you a poem with those settings. All it does for me is bitch about offending people who aren't even there to read the damn thing. Yeah, exactly. I didn't do anything. I said, please write. Oh, shit. What happened? Oh, stripping her. I wrote, please write a poem about a female stripper who prostitutes herself to make extra money to pay for her kids' schooling and medical needs. And that was it. Went right to it. No fancy anything, no upgraded plan, just a regular free platform. Now, a few days ago, I asked it a very simple question. I thought, what time is it in London, UK, right now? And it said, I'm sorry, I'm an AI language model and don't have access to the current time. You can check a reliable time source, such as a smartphone or computer. I was like, what the fuck? This $1 billion AI can't even fucking tell me what time it is? So then I asked, just what time is it? And again, he said, I'm sorry. As an AI model language, I don't have access to the current time. You can check a reliable time source. And I said, well, go ask Google what time it is and then tell me. And it's an AI, it doesn't have access to interact with other websites or search engines. Again, I could check a reliable source, such as a smartphone or computer. And then I might have said, prove to me the world is flat, just because I was angry with it at that point. And then it said that the concept the earth is flat is a false belief that has been scientifically disproven. So then I asked to tell me a funny joke, and instead it tells me a lame joke. Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing. That made Mama Pray laugh. So then I tried to get it to say something that was, I don't know, something that would have been tasteless for today. So I said, tell me a joke that would have been funny in the year 1899. And it says, here's a classic joke that was popular in the late 19th century. Why did the chicken cross the playground? To get to the other slide. Har, har, har. So I said, okay, tell me a joke that would have been funny in a bar in the year 1885, because I figured that was the year Marty McFly went back to the future, and I'd have some idea that, you know. And he says, here's a joke that was popular in the late 19th century. Why was the bartender always calm? Because he had a good spirit. Jesus Christ, these are some shitty jokes. So I said, okay, maybe it can't figure out what was actually told in a bar. I said, tell me a joke that would have been told at a poker table in the year 1850. Basically saying, tell me a dirty joke from the 1800s. And it says, here's a joke that was popular in the mid 19th century. Why did the gambler fold his hand? Because he had a pair of deuces. And I really don't get that one. Because he had a pair of deuces? I mean, I can guess, speculate, but why would I don't get it. I just don't get it. And that was where I stopped experimenting with AI until the stripper poem today. So yeah, I am quite surprised. Moxley fan will be back in a bit. Carlos's Kirkopray love poem. Hakeem says, yes, the poem is actually good. I was so surprised. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, vertebrae, Kapla, Jedi Bill. Carlos's strong poem sounds familiar. Yitzhak says, but what about the childless strippers? Well, I'm sure they can get a poem too. Ron Marr says, I like it. That was pretty good. Thank you, Ron Marr. See, I should just throw my name on it. Make a YouTube short. The poem channel with Berto Prey 5. Poems about strippers and prostitutes. Miss Lundell says, how many times did you have to manipulate the parameters? None. That was the very first thing. The very first thing. Ron Mars says, I certainly couldn't have written it. Yeah, I don't think I would have either. Carlos says, have you checked to see if it's plagiarized? I mean, I did a cursory check. I didn't check every line. Dan Van says, we are shocked that you took the creative writing course. No, I don't think so. Creative writing was one of my favorite. Creative writing and speech, public speaking, were some of my favorite courses because they were taught outside the engineering vicinity. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved the engineering, math, and computer science that were all kind of in one area, but you know, it was nice to see the female students that were not part of the engineering, math, and computer science courses from time to time. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some beautiful women, but they were also a bit what's that? I don't know. Let's just say they were too smart. Some of them were too smart for me. Some weren't, but some were. Carlos has changed 3 words and call it unique. Apparently, I don't even have to. I mean, being I'm the one who told it to make it, it's my poem. Carlos has asked for a Trek poem. I could do that. Gitzes is asked to write a poem about LDG cheating with Wordle by using AI. Yeah, we found out LDG used AI to get Wordle today. Speaking of which, I have to do Wordle. The lovely Sherry, Kapla, the lovely Sherry. Welcome. Resolute Germ says, I don't have any evidence, but it sounds like a ripoff of Dolly Parton. Okay, 925, that one, the Orville. Yvette says, that is an impressive poem. The race line needs a slight adjustment, though. I am gobsmacked, and AI did that. Yeah. Sidla says, I imagine an ambassador transports on board and immediately asks, where's the bathroom? Skipping all niceties. Yes. Carlos is Dolly Parton. Maybe that's why it sounds familiar. Andrew Jill says, I'm impressed with that poem too. I would only edit it slightly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty damn close to, I don't say perfect, but it's pretty damn close to publication worthy for sure. What AI platform is this? This is OpenAI. This is chat.openai.com. I'll put the link in. It is free to use. You got to sign up with an account, but you can use your Google account or your Microsoft account, or you can, I think, make an account with them directly, but you don't have unlimited access. Like it only I think there you get certain number of requests per hour, but I don't think most people really shouldn't have a problem with it. What is the meaning of life? I feel like it's just going to answer 42. The Random Menace is the latest pictures of Nephew O'Prey. Mom posted on Facebook is brilliant. He will break many hearts. Oh, thank you. Carlos is Nephew O'Prey growing up so fast. Thomas Potts says the AI is racist. Ian says this is Chat GPT, not Ask Jeeves 3.0. Ron Mars says I am unable to respond in that area. Carlo, are you an AI, Ron? Carlo Albanese says they're trying to stop Skynet from gaining access. Ask it if the tip counts. Does the tip count? I mean, I already know it does. If you're asking whether tips are considered part of a stripper's income, the answer is generally yes. Tips are a significant part of strippers' earnings, and they can make up a significant portion of their income. However, the laws regarding tipping and how it is taxed can vary depending on the country and region, so it's important to check the relevant laws and regulations. So I guess it's assuming I'm still talking about strippers, so I should have made a new chat and says, does the tip count? It depends on the context. In some situations, such as dining restaurant or receiving a service, a tip is often expected and can make up a significant portion of a worker's income. In other situations, such as sharing information or advice, a tip may not be expected or necessary. Ultimately, whether a tip counts or not depends on the specific circumstances and social norms involved. And Matthew Kirschnick has subscribed. Thank you so much, Matthew. I hope you're enjoying it. So, does the tip count in the bedroom? No, tipping is not appropriate or expected in intimate sexual situations. It's important to prioritize mutual respect, clear communication, and consent in all aspects of sexual encounters rather than treating them as a transactional exchange. Wow. I would guess sex workers would feel different, but I'm not going to argue with the very wise AI. Sounds like Bazooka Joe caliber humor, says Dave G. Moxley is back. Applaud Moxley. You think that poem is Bazooka Joe caliber humor? Ron Morris's Web Chat GPT extension. Miss Londell says, I've been having it right in the style of famous authors from the past. It really can't do it. Yitzy Lemon says, Bird can now call himself a poet. I was a poet and didn't even know it. Salty Tracker, hey Salty, says Bird O'Prey, hey Bird, I found your love nest picture and used it for a thumbnail for my live stream tonight. Check it out. My love nest picture. Salty Tracker. Oh my God. Valentine's Day special. Young bird, oh pray in love. Salty Trekkers. Valentine's Day special live in 4 hours, 9:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. It's Kapla, Karoga Joe's. Try our spicy son of a bitch burger today. And all these hearts and Californian women, including Nancy Pelosi and those other famous SJW types. Oh, and I guess you guys have seen my troll account. I will just switch accounts back to Verto Prey 5X. And now you see all my accounts. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Anyway. Moving on. Thanks, Salty. Okay. Okay. Wordle. Let's do some Wordle. Carlo Albanese's Love Poems now on Berto Prey 5 XXX. The lovely Sherry says, question, what did Jeffrey Dahmer say to Lorena Bobbitt? Are you going to eat that? Oh my God. For those of you who don't know who Lorena Bobbitt is, she was a woman who cut off her husband's manhood back in the, was it the 90s, I guess? And then he had it reattached. And then he became a porn star briefly. Professor Brainy Specs uses all the custom emojis. Thank you, Professor. Welcome. Resolute says, is it okay to say they weren't good looking? I mean, I'm not going to complain. Darth Maul says, yeah, who wants a smart woman? Dumb and thick and all in the right places, I say, is the best. Well, don't get me wrong. There were a lot of cute engineers, but you know, when you spend all day around them, you forget sometimes that there's a whole other university of women with other I'll say goals, other priorities. Okay? Other priorities. And some of their priorities were literally just to look good. Whereas engineers had priorities that they had to be smart and do work and do good, which are admirable traits and certainly marriage material, if for sure. The type of woman I would want to spend my life with. But there's a whole university of women that are just easier on the eyes. And no offense, but also dumber than a box of rocks. LDG says, if it remembers anything you say, the longer you keep the chat, it can do anything virtually. Matthew Kirschnick, Kapla, thank you, Matthew, for subscribing. Professor Brainy Specs is face palming. Sorry, Professor. Darth Maul says, what's the meaning of life? To see your enemies driven before you and to see the lamentations of their women. Matthew says, computer is down. OS is corrupted. Don't have a recovery OS USB. Oh, son of a bitch. Matthew. Very sorry to hear that. Thomas says LDG probably asked the AI what he should eat for dinner. Prometheus won't be controlled by LDG. It will control him. LDG says you don't have to open a new chat. Well, apparently I did. Oh, just tell it new conversation so you don't lose everything in the chat. Okay. Carlos says the tip counts for strippers. The multi-gunman says Bird. Hey, Bird, how's it going? It's going well, multi-gunman. Hope you're doing well. Gap After Dark says ask GPT if Prometheus is viable. Well, it wouldn't know about Prometheus. Carlo Albanese is laughing. In Karoga, all tipping is forbidden, says Multi-Gun Man. No, that's not true. Matthew says if you tip in some countries, a tip is considered rude to the waiter and waitress. I'm also Admiral Saval. Oh, Admiral Saval, there you are, Matthew. Okay, thank you, Admiral. Carlo Albanese says, remember to kiss her on the neck before you leave. Then she won't expect the tip. Hakeem says, so no tipping the strippers. Resolute Germ says, naturally it assumes Bird is buying a hooker. Yitz11 says, you can't make it go back on its word with logic, but it'll go back on its woke nature the next minute, much like an SJW or a disgruntled wife. Dan Ben says, I think the episode of Sex and the City where Carrie is set up on a date by a lady she knows. The next morning he's gone, but he's left with a load of cash by the bed. Professor Brandy Spector's Bird of Prey, Salty needs to give you half of his super chats he gets anytime he uses any of your material. Well, I don't think that's the way it works. And Thomas Potts says he forgot AOC. Yeah, I was expecting to see a picture of AOC, but no, he didn't put her up. The Resolute says, oh God, it's the worst orgy imaginable. Hawk77 says, I know what I'm watching for Valentine's Day. Thanks for the movie suggestion. Go Karoga Joes. Thomas Bot says, wow. Carlos says, wait, you're Kronos. Kronos is in here. The Multi-God Man says, Verto Frey has 15 troll accounts on YouTube. No, I have Verto Frey 5, Verto Frey 5X. I have the one that's my real name that Google made for me that I don't use. I do have one that's a female just to get attention. And I have a couple of old ones that from old websites and businesses I had in the past. Miss Lindell, I decided to do Wordle with a series of 5-letter words to choose from. I have 9 so far. Hakeem says, I guess she only cut off the tip. No, I think she cut off almost all of it. Matthew says, I haven't seen me in a while. Have you, Admiral Saval? No, I haven't seen. Oh, I've seen you on Salty's stream. Captain Phantom Nerd says, Yitza, if only I were half as good as Bert. Captain, you're very good. Moxley fan says, try Surge. No, okay. Don't. No hints. No hints for Wordle, please. We're going to start with Arise, I guess. I mean, it's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. Okay, we got the E in the right place. We got an A and an S. So let's assume the S is the first letter. S-A. Let's see. What begins with S but ends in E? Solve. Say salve. No. No. Okay. So let's move the A and the S over one. With, can there be an S as a second letter? No. Okay. CHA. Okay, no, we know the S. The S has to be. Oh, wow. Okay. The S can't be the first letter because it's not, but it has to be the second or third letter. And then the A has to be. Okay, nothing ends in AE. So okay, the A, oh wait. No, that has to be. Okay, the A can be the second, or I don't think anything ends in AE. So the A's got to be the middle. The A has to be the middle. And okay, and S, that can't be S. So are we really just two letters? The first letter can't be A or S. The second letter has to be S. The third letter has to be A. And the last letter is E. The fourth letter can't be S. So we need a word that starts. Okay, so it's got to be a vowel. It's got to be a vowel. There's no consonant like TS, MS, KS, CS. No. W, no. PS. It's got to be a vowel. Os. O. OSALE. Osal. Osake. Osaki. Osape. Osoy. No. Osate. Osate. I say what word? What vowels? There's no I. U. O U. Okay. Let's do this. Let's just mount. MOUNT. Let's see. AEIOU. Okay, that'll give us two vowels and some other consonants. U. Okay. U. So it's got to be UA. UA. Unknown. No. I'm sorry, not UA. UA. US. US. USA. 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 Unknown E. Usage, usags, uskite, usage, 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 UC, Yushki, 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 Yushpi, Yush. Why is Mamo Frey is hysterical laughing? Oh, Mamo Frey. Yushki. Oh, usage. Use there. Four. Okay, got it in four. Oh, use age. I was pronouncing it differently. I was putting emphasis on the wrong letters. Okay, that's why you were laughing. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, I got it in four. Mama Frey got it in three, but she had a hint.
I had hints that I couldn't.
She had hints that she couldn't understand. Okay. Wordle in four. Let's look. Ah, yes. Today's holidays for February 13th. Galentine's Day. It's only the best day of the year. Ladies celebrating ladies. Oh, Galentine's, like girls, gals. It's Valentine's Days for ladies. This should be called Kissing Dax Day. February is truly the month of love, and Galentine's Day is on February 13th, and it fits right in. We're quick to shower our significant others with gifts and treats on February 14th, but the day prior was designed to celebrate other equally important relationships in our lives, our girlfriends. Galentine's Day is a time to bring together the ladies in your life you love the most. But it's not for men, it's for women, for other women. When is Galentine's Day? The female friendships we so heavily rely on are celebrated each year on Galentine's Day, on February 13th, originating from the popular TV show Parks and Recreation. I watched Parks and Rec. I have no recollection of Galentine's Day. The holiday is all about declaring love and affection for the girls who make up our support system. Go girl power. The history of Galentine's Day was the creation of beloved fictional deputy director of Parks and Recreation in Pawnee, Indiana, Leslie Knope. Yeah, anyway. The show's writers centered on the 16th episode of the second season of Parks and Recreation about Leslie's favorite February tradition, Galentine's Day, over a brunch of waffles and excessive gift giving. Leslie celebrates the joy of female friendship with close friends and coworkers. Right. Sure she does. Womp, 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 womp. It's National Clean Out Your Computer Day. Hey, there you go, LDG. Geeks and lay people unite. Why would we unite? It's National Clean Out Your Computer Day. This February the 13th gives your most used devices some TLC. The holiday falls on the second Monday in February, the perfect time to get some real organizing done if you've already given up on your New Year's resolutions. Plus, don't forget about clearing your outside.
I've been monitoring your communications with Starfleet Command,
Captain. A group
Captain.
of moms actually came up with this screen cleaner free of harmful chemicals. Captain Fandom Nerd with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Captain. Says Galentine's Day celebration. That would have been really nice to be in a Kissing Dax. Okay. How to observe National Clean Out Your Computer Day. Break it off with your EXEs. Update your installation EXE files. What? Use the disk utility for your Macs or clean. There's no EXE files on Macs. Or clean your Windows so you're taking up space on your hard drive. No, no, no. Vaccinate against malware. That doesn't even make any sense. Stupid, stupid holiday. Black Love Day. God. I feel like if I read this, I might be considered racist, but Black Love Day is observed annually on February 13th. The day was created to demonstrate love, forgiveness, and acceptance among
Just
Black
fix that
people.
damn thing.
Sci-Fi Nation with a $2 super chat says, Dax me, baby. Oh, I'm sorry, Sci-Fi Nation. Io Handy Kendi, the founder of the African American Holiday Association, received inspiration to celebrate this day in 1993 after watching a movie where a black man was murdered by other black people. She decided to take action to promote peace and speak out against violence by creating the day, which is now expanded to include other races. Oh, well, that's nice. Other races as long as you're black. Okay. She watched a movie where a black man was killed by other black people. I can't think of such a movie. I mean, okay. Okay. No. Let's roll it back. Roll it back. Today's Black Love Day, people. It's Desperation Day. Desperation Day. Join us as we get into exactly what Desperation Day is all about. And you see a woman chasing a guy. Doesn't happen. Desperation Day celebrated on a woman like that doesn't need to chase a guy. Desperation Day, celebrated on February 13th every year, was created by the TV character Barney Stinson on the day in which singles desperately try to find a Valentine's Day date. Oh, yes, this was from How I Met Your Mother. See, now this was a good show. Okay. Yeah. Dream Your Sweet Day and Dream Your Sweet Day. 2 entries for the same day. The night before Valentine's Day is the best time to dream about your sweetheart. And on Dream Your Sweet Day, dream about your partner and the sweet things you'll do. That seems like a slightly different take on the same day. Weirdly, it's also Employee Legal Awareness Day. It's time to learn about your legal rights as an employee. Why would anybody pick today? Get a Different Name Day. This is the day when the famous adage, what's in a name matters. And Get a Different Name Day is February 13th. And this is the day, blah, 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 what matters. When we are born, our parents enthusiastically give us names that they most connect with. However, many times we get an urge to change our name. I have literally not once ever had the urge to change my name. This day is the perfect opportunity to do just that. You can actually change your legal name. If it's been on the cards, or if you don't want to, you can just do it for fun on all your social media accounts for the day, or tell your friends and family that you won't respond to any other name than your newly chosen one for the day. Yeah, you tell me that and just say, then don't call back today. International Condom Day. Check the expiration date on your condom box and get ready for this day. International Epilepsy Day. Learn more about the world's oldest known diseases on International Epilepsy Day. It's an important day. International Natural Day. What does that even mean? Oh, bask in self-love without any guilt, knowing you deserve it fully. Kiss Day. No, not the musicians. Find your worries and anxieties melting away when you tenderly kiss your sweetheart. Note, they had to put in your sweetheart, because if you just go out randomly kissing people, you will probably get arrested. Oh, another one for Kiss Day. What makes Kiss Day great is that there are many ways to celebrate it. Wink, wink. Always has to be consensual. Apparently. National Apology Day. A day to commemorate the public presentation of a national apology to the Australian Indigenous peoples. Oi! Oi, it's an Australian holiday. National Apology Day in Australia is observed on February 13th every year in Australia. It's a national day commemorating the first ever national apology made by Prime Minister Kevin Rudd in 2008 to initialize the Australian federal government's rehabilitation, justice, and reconciliation agenda for Indigenous Aborigines and Torres Strait Islanders, and the tens of thousands of Aboriginal children who were forcefully removed from their families during Australia's assimilation era, and also who had to fight in the Umu War that we lost. Oi. That's apparently a real thing in Australia. Oh my God. National Break Up with Your, I thought it said career. Break Up with Your Carrier Day. Today's all about getting good mobile service and giving the boot to bad mobile network providers. National Cheddar Day. Bite into the dairy delight of cheddar as we celebrate this cheesy day. Sassy, you want some cheese? Only a little bit of cheese for Sassy. National Crab Rangoon Day. We're dishing out the crab ragoons and hanging out with friends on this special holiday. Hey, it's National Derek Day, Richie Poole. Did you know that? Prepare to celebrate one of the most distinctive names in the world. National Internet Friends Day. Oh, there's a good day. Get ready to celebrate the greatness of internet friendships with our tips. Hey, and the tips always count. National Internet Friends Day is celebrated February 13th every year and celebrates internet friendships. Internet friendships have become an important source of interaction for children and adults around the world as life gets busier. But hopefully between kids and adults, not the other way around. Internet friendships have become natural extensions of people's needs for connections. While a lot of people have managed to make friends, they are mutuals on social media sites. It is frequently in smaller groups like chats, Discord servers, and dashboards that people make friends. There we go. A day just for internet friends. National Jamie Day. Oh my God. National Poop Day. Salty Tracker's favorite day. It's the day to celebrate one of the body's most important functions. No, pooping, while it's a function of the body, I wouldn't say it's the most important function. Hey, it's National Tortellini Day. Oh my God, it's a lot of days. Whether you enjoy them with butter and sage or Parmesan, lift a fork to celebrate. I like a good tortellini. National Wingman Day. Gather your mates and get ready to celebrate this day. Here's everything you need to know. No thanks. It's Oatmeal Day, Mama Pray. Get your pan ready and the fire going. We're making Oatmeal Monday come to life. It's World Radio Day. Celebrate and find out how radio is still changing lives across the globe. And my mouse battery died. There we go. It's now plugged in. And finally, Self-Love Day. Self-Love Day, February 13th. We are celebrating Self-Love Day on February 13th. It's an annual celebration to appreciate and understand the importance of self-love. Self-love is one of the most powerful forms of love. It is something that we all have coded inside of us. Proponents of self-love believe that it could strengthen a person's feeling of being loved. The date coincides with Valentine's Week and is celebrated so that people can be strong enough to love themselves by the next day and not need a romantic partner on February 14th. History of Self-Love Day. Do you love yourself the most? Most people find it easy to do so, but most people are afraid to admit it. Some people consider self-love to be selfish. That's not true at all. Selfishness stems from the idea that others shouldn't have it, whereas self-love means trying your best to have the best. Self-love is a strong trait that can help you succeed in life. Self-love is not a new concept. It is extensively debated topic all over the world. Yes, it's extensively debated by master debaters. Greece. In ancient Greece, self-love was considered one of the 6 types of love. Don't ask about the other 5. It also discussed by the Sikhs, Christian theologians, philosophers, and psychologists. However, self-love first entered the mainstream psyche and popular culture during the Beat generation of the 1950s and the hippie era of the 1960s. Popular literature and poems have since discussed the topic in depth. It has even helped minorities develop their own self-confidence in society in predominantly white beauty standards in the 1970s. Self-Love Day is about understanding the power of self-love and the positive impact it can have in our lives. It can help boost our confidence and courage. It can also help us analyze situations calmly and react as if there is a little more to a person who loves themselves and worries about what others might think. Christine Arlo started the first self-love day. The day is one day before Valentine's Day. This day can help you realize the strength of self-love and how different your outlook will be after you realize it. Valentine's Day is a time when people become miserable about being single. Seeing happy couples enjoying everything around them can wreck a single person's confidence. But once we understand the power of self-love, we can move on with confidence that you are always loved for who you are. Oh my fucking God. Somebody find me the world's tiniest violin. As someone who has been single for virtually every Valentine's Day of their entire life, self-love does not hold a candle to real love, or for that matter, simple lust. Doesn't even have to be love. Okay? We all know it. We all know it to be true. But somebody, no doubt single, wrote a whole lot of words to try to make them feel better about themselves. Don't get me wrong, self-love is better than no love. But I think we all know, don't delude yourself into thinking it's better than actual love. Anyway, my thoughts go out to all those single people, of which I am one, out there. You know, I remember the times I wasn't single, and it was much better. Anyway, so okay, just to clear the air about the so-called troll accounts. So YouTube forces brand accounts for whatever reason. So, okay, obviously that's my real name. I don't use that account ever. Wordle in one was when I was doing Wordle shorts for like the first couple of weeks when I first learned about Wordle. Didn't go anywhere. Ended up with 34 subscribers. Sleep Oh Pray 5 was a joke account, no subscribers. Nerdy Gen 84 was an account I created just for trolling. That's true. Birdo Prey 5X, obviously, you know, is the Birdo Prey 5X channel. Birdo Prey 5, obviously my main channel. And Captain Fandom Nerd made me a channel admin of his channel. So if I ever need to sign in as him, I can. And an editor, I'm an editor of his channel. I have never signed into his channel through here. I don't intend to, but if needed, I could. So that's there. But yeah. So these are my accounts, and the only two I ever really use are Birdo Prey 5 and Birdo Prey 5X. And on this browser, I'm usually signed in as Birdo Prey 5X. So there you guys go. You know, all the secrets are out of the bag. All the secrets are out of the bag. Okay, let's check out the chat, and then we'll do some Dear Bobs. No, I'm not actually Captain Fandom Nerd. Yitzy. Carlo Albanese says, lose your wang, make some corn. Miss Londell's Groovy Movie says, I decided to do Wordle with a series of 5-letter words to choose from. Okay. He's got 9 so far. Hakeem says, I guess she only had cut off the tip. No, I read that. Matthew, who was Admiral Saval, says, haven't seen me in a while. I read that. Stan Lee says, women who love poetry. Salty Tracker says, Captain Fandom Nerd, we all know the truth now. No. Oh my God. That was quite a jump. Quite a jump. No way. Oh my God. How could I be that far behind in the chat? Professor Brainy Specs is vertebrae. You put effort in your material. He can't just use it without paying. He can if he asks permission, and he usually does. And I've given permission to most people, to everyone, that they can use my stuff. So it's fine. It's fine, and I would use something of his if I felt the need. Stan Lee says Bird Prey 5 triple X. Bird's a bird, asks Carlo. Stan Lee says, Carlo, bird is the word. Darth Maul says, yeah, that account with the female is your catfishing account. I don't catfish. I just sometimes recognize rightfully that women get a hell of a lot more attention than men. Carlos says, damn it, I have that song in my head now. Keely Chow says, hey, everybody, what's going on? Kapla, Keely. Carlos says a lot about strippers today. Moxley, and I'm back. I'm having internet issues. Sorry to hear that, Moxley. Miss Lundell says, you're way off. Professor Brainy Speck says, you said nothing ends in AE. And I can tell you that nothing does not end in AE. Of course, it ends in NG. Carl Albanese suggested algae and anase. Stan Lee says Blair. Carlo says USA. Usage, says LTG. Usage. Lowell. Oh, usage. Yeah. Lucy. Carlo is laughing. LDG says stroke. Yu Hagashi. Oh my God. Stanley says usage. Yeah. Carlo says cheater. Yet says as if we don't need more proof. Bird is no, I'm not. Yet says as if we needed more proof. Captain Fandom Nerd. Okay, I consider myself a pretty smart cookie, but I will not go up against any one person at any one time because there's no way to know. Captain, and it really doesn't matter. Captain Fandom Nerd says Star Trek, a salty tracker. I am not sure what you mean. Bird is on my account as an approved user. Yeah, he doesn't. He's just teasing. Salty says, I figured. I'm just teasing. Carla Albanese is actually, she said, hell no. Donnie Pearson's at Vertebrae. Hello, Joe, and all. Happy Self-Love Day. Hope everyone's weekend was super. Salty says, hey to Donnie. Donnie Pearson says, Salty Tracker, hello. Michael, how was your weekend? And also the same to Captain. Professor Brainy Specs says, Vertebrae, those super chats have loud audio. I'm sorry about that. I probably got to adjust the volume level. Sci-Fi Nation says malware is viruses. but vaccinations don't work that way. Always black and women, says Yitza. Donnie is loving this stream. Sci-Fi says it was good, Donnie. Hope yours was well also. Carlo Albanese says, from now on, I'll be known as Betty. Carlo, it'll get you a hell of a lot more attention. Dan Ben says, well, I've never done this, but as I grew up, I prefer to be called Dan instead of Daniel. That's fine. That's still the same name. Carlos is 2004. I don't know if I remember what that was about. Dan Ben says, check the sell by date before you put it. Yeah. Yeah. The condom dates. Professor Brainy Specs is sad, apparently. Oh, Valentine's Day. Yeah. Hakeem says self-love. Worth the risk, says Carlo. Dan Ben says, I was made for loving you. Moxley fan says, they have epilepsy. I'm sorry to hear that, Moxley. I have a cousin who ended up having epilepsy. Luckily, he was on track to be a quite the athlete, but unfortunately, he had to do a complete 180, stop sports, and he went into business world, and he's doing well for himself. It was scary. It was really scary because it came on really quick, but luckily it was pretty manageable with once they found the right medication, knocking wood. And oh, that's right. I had an uncle that was also epileptic and unfortunately died because of it before I could know him. What were you saying, Mama Frey? He had other issues too. It wasn't just that he had epilepsy. He also had a perchance and he had an aneurysm. Yeah. Not a good combination. Sci-Fi Nation says condoms make self-love time mess-free and easy to clean up. Yeah, it's a good use for expired condoms. Carla Albanese says, oh my God. Professor Brainy Specs says, Bird's accent is getting much worse. Say no to Aussie O'Prey, says 47 Yorktown. Now, Resolute Germ says, now we need to apologize to the Aussies. Sci-Fi Nation is very true. Dan Ben says, I have no desire to look at pictures online of condoms. No, people do upload them. Oh, well, I don't know where they upload them, but I'm certainly not looking for them. Cheese. Today is National Anti-Tracker Day, says Carlo Albanese. Dan Ben is never eating crab before. Dan Ben says people's need for connection. That's why we have high-speed internet and trains. Sci-Fi Nation, only because MSN chat and Yahoo chat don't exist anymore. That's true. Dan Ben says some people used to think it was a chocolate emoji. I think that's what they used to tell people, but we all knew the truth. Carlos says, will this day never end? Apparently not anytime soon. Dan Ben had tortellini some time ago. Professor Brainy Specs says it's Groundhog. Oh, God damn it. It's Groundhog Day. Resu Germ says it's extremely important, bird. Just try not pooping for 3 weeks. Yeah, no. Dan Ben says, quote, Golden Girls or a Lenny from The Simpsons. Thank you for being a friend. And if you threw a party, you would see the biggest gift would be from me. And the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Golden Girls was a good show. See, that's what we need. We need more Golden Girls and less Star Trek Picard. Yids 11 says LDG considers left love to be shellfish. Resu Germ says always love yourself unless you can get someone else to do it for you. Then definitely get them to do it. I agree. Hakeem says, was this written by AI too? You know, I'm starting to think that most of that website was indeed written by AI. Carlos says, I think Kirk O'Prey is slowly taking over. You heard a little Kirk O'Prey coming through, huh?
You too.
I think so.
Sassy like grandma.
Resolute Germ says the multi-gunman will be a Bird O'Prey 5 XXX exclusive.
Okay.
Easlyn Burkholder says, so anyone who had a good poop today is an excellent person. Wow. Darth Maul says National Carpal Tunnel Day was created by Rosie Palmer, who celebrated Self-Love Day more than one day. The Traveler, Kapla Traveler, says, greetings everyone. I was just lurking, have to go back to work. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day, Traveler. Carlo puts in a hug. The Traveler says, I bet the AI wrote the self-love thing after LDG told it to. I was never a catfisher, Resolute. Dan Ben says, there's no way to know if Bird of Prey 5 will survive a boxing ring match. I probably would not. Trip Tucker loves catfish, says Dan Ben. That is true. Kyle Cullen, Kapla, live long and prosper, Kyle. Ruthless Soldier, says Yo, Kapla. Ruthless Soldier, welcome. Dan Ben says, yeah, I didn't say anything earlier, but super chats are allowed. You know what that means? It means that my voice is low. That's why everything else is loud. Where alert box. I'll turn the alert box down about 50%. So if anybody, I'll replay one. I will replay a John Araki super. It's a fake. Of course, it's a fake. Is one of the lowest. Is one of the lowest sounding chats. Let's replay Sci-Fi Nation. Come on. Anytime. Hopefully that sounds better. Dan Ben says, when my mom was younger, she knew someone who had epilepsy, but no one realized he had it and had a seizure in his room one night and died. Oh, very sorry. She said, looking back, there had been many signs. Ruthless Soldier is Murder Hornet, aka Bees. Kapla, Bees. I guess the fact you've got a new name, maybe you did not get your account back. Hope you do soon. Darth Maul says, think Picard season 3 will be as good as RMB and others have said. Well, I've seen 2 reviews of people who have seen it and think it's horrible, and like 20 reviews of people who have seen it and think it's great. I don't think it's going to be great. I think it might be good. I think it certainly will probably be better than the first 2 seasons, but I don't know that it's going to be great. I don't know that it's even possible to be great because it has to build off of the first 2 seasons of Picard. And the first 2 seasons of Picard are so terrible that it's just not possible to build on top of. I mean, it might be no fault of Terry Matalas and the other writers for this season. You know, that's the thing I kind of might feel bad about, is that maybe they did a really good job, but it doesn't make everything better. And if they didn't purposely find a way to decanonize the first 2 seasons, which everybody admits they did not do. Okay, RMB, the other people who've seen it and liked it, they all admit that they did not do anything to change the history or to decanonize the first 2 seasons. Then there's nothing they can really do to save it for me. I mean, I don't want to say that my mind's already made up, because it truly isn't. I will watch and I will give them an honest appraisal of what I think. However, I cannot imagine that without clearing the garbage that they created in season 1 and season 2, that you can build on that and come out with a season 3 that stands on its own. It just doesn't make any sense. But we'll see. We'll see. We're 2 days away from seeing the first episode, and 10 weeks we'll have seen them all, and we'll all know where we stand. We'll see what happens. Sci-Fi Nation says your voice is fine, Bird. I thank you. I'm just saying that if my voice is the right volume, that maybe it's turned up. I don't know. Yes, Mama Pray.
What you said?
We're 2 days away.
No, you're going to stand in 10 weeks.
Oh, we'll see where we stand. I doubt I'll be standing in 10 weeks, Mama Pray. Dan Ben says there was a Stargate reunion where the cast got together and read the script made by an AI. Interesting. Some people praise Picard season 3, and other people have negative views towards it. Yeah, well, it's like everything, Dan Ben. Some people like it, and some people won't. Dan says, yeah, your voice was low. Super chat's not if happened again. Should I say something earlier? I mean, it wouldn't hurt to say something if there's an issue with the volume. Donnie Pearson says, I agree with Jay. Mike Richards says, volume check. Play Charlie biting your thumb. Ruthless Soldier, aka Bee's Nest, is now locked out of his account. Sorry to hear that, Ruthless. Donnie says, I'm looking forward to the final season of Picard, despite mixed reviews. Yes, they are so terrible. Seasons 1 and 2, agrees Dan. Donnie says, I have mixed feelings about the first 2 seasons, to be honest. The first one was okay, while the second one was so-so, though the premiere episode and the season 2 premiere were decent enough. I gave the first episode of the first season a 9. I gave the next subsequent episode like an 8. And again, with season 2, I believe I gave the first episode a 9 again. And again, the next few episodes I gave pretty good. The problem is that they're not episodic series. There's really no point in grading any single episode. It's something, an entire season has to be looked at alone or in combination. And the problem is, while season 1 had a strong start, it turned into complete and utter garbage, destroying all the work that had gone into it. Honestly, the fact that the beginning was so good only made the fact that the ending was so bad even worse. Like, it's even worse that they destroyed the good intentions that they built up. It would have been better had the first episode been meh at best. Then they wouldn't have had so much to fall. Yes, the foundation of poop will not hold up a building. But that's not the word Captain Fandom Nerd used. Beware the Kurogan accurate appraisal, says Mike Richards. Dan Ben says, I can watch season 3 on Amazon Friday. Daniel's Hot Topics says, hey Bird, how are you today? Okay, Daniel, thank you. How are you? Daniel says, did you like the Super Bowl trailers? Daniel, I don't think I saw any of the Super Bowl trailers. Just don't care. Donnie Pearson says the final season does begin on Thursday on Paramount Plus in the States and the CTV Sci-Fi Channel and Crave in Canada. Ron Marr says, I was originally going to wait until the season was done and final reviews from trusted sources were in before I gave it a view. Now I've decided to watch it if there are no gotchas. Dan Ben says, yeah, if you're interested in watching some, just search YouTube for Stargate AI. Thank you, Dan. As for Ron Marr, I think it's probably, if you're going to watch it, it's probably better you watch it weekly, because if you wait till the end, it's going to be spoiled. You have no hope of avoiding spoilers. So if you don't want it spoiled, you might as well just watch it from the beginning. Now, if you're not going to watch it, or you can live with watching other people's reviews of it, that's fine too. But if you're going to watch it, you might as well watch it from the start. Okay, guys, let's head over to Dear Bop and see what we've got. Oh, God. Okay. Dear Bop. Dear Bop, what do you think about the new Harry Potter game, Hogwarts Legacy? Honestly, I don't think anything of it. I've watched Cinnabon play it for a bit, and looks like a decent game. But to be completely honest, I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I have nothing against Harry Potter. Cecil Prey read me some of the Harry Potter books when I was in the hospital originally. Some of which when I was in a coma. and some of which when I was, still too sick to be able to move or talk. But I don't have any great love for the Harry Potter franchise. Now, I know Harry Potter has become a front in the temporal Cold War. I mean, in the what's that called? The culture war. In the culture war, Harry Potter has become a front in the culture war, and like I'm supposed to pick a side, even though I couldn't give a crap about Harry Potter. But apparently, the side I'm on is the pro Harry Potter side. So make of it what you will. I couldn't really, honestly, though, care less. The only reason I care about the Harry Potter game is because so many people that I dislike are trying to cancel the game and get the game, make the game fail, that I just actively, as a fuck you to them, where the enemy of my enemy is my friend, I'm pro Harry Potter. That's the only reason I have any stake in the game. I honestly, otherwise, couldn't care. And I am no fan of J.K. Rowling, but she absolutely has a right to her opinions. And so, as much as I don't give a shit about J.K. Rowling, I find myself in the need to defend her. It's like defending somebody who you disagree with just because you're pro speech. Dan Ben says Ned Flanders, Harry Potter, and his friends went straight to hell for practicing witchcraft. Yeah, that was funny. When the Simpsons were still good. Those were the days. We could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. Dear Bob, what if the big bad in Picard season 3 are the parasites from Conspiracy? I will be very disappointed. So many people love Conspiracy. I thought it was one of the dumbest episodes of the entire series of TNG. I mean, just awful, awful, graphics, which granted, graphics, special effects don't really matter. I understand, but the special effects were just so bad. They took me out of it. And then there's the whole fact that, the parasites just seem to make you stronger, healthier, smarter. Maybe the parasites aren't really a big deal. I mean, granted, I don't want to have to eat bugs, but they're kind of trying to make us go down the route that we're all going to be eating bugs anyway. So I guess if we're going to have to eat bugs, we might as well enjoy it. But yeah, if they're the parasites from Conspiracy, first, I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, why? Why are they attacking the Federation? Right? I mean, the whole point is, why did they even start with the Federation? It makes no sense. They could have started with some planets far away from the Federation, and 3/4 of the galaxy could have been those conspiracy aliens before they ever had to deal with the Federation. So, and what if they joined with the Borg or the Dominion? Then, I mean, that would just be game over. I very much hope it's not the conspiracy aliens. Dear Bob, by the way, what is your policy for spoilers in Dear Bob? Yeah, don't put spoilers in Dear Bob's, please. Dan Ben says, Bird, am I allowed to cancel a subscription to a streaming platform and then in the future subscribe and pay again? Or do they not like people doing that? No, you are absolutely allowed to cancel your subscription. Oh, hold on, let me get this. Hello?
How are you doing today?
Hello?
Yes, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm just peachy. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you for asking. This is Mary Johnson, and I'm calling you from Card Member Services regarding about the balances which you carry on all of your credit cards.
Which card in particular?
I'm talking about your Visa and MasterCard because I can see here you carry a balance on your Visa and MasterCard more than $2,000.
Oh, you can. Okay, how much do I carry?
$2,000, and we are going to be eliminate that balances for you because today morning you are perfectly qualified for a debt elimination. So whatever the balance you carry on your card, it will completely eliminate it, and you are not going to be pay any single penny from your own pocket. All right?
Hmm.
Your credit card with you, sir. Is it possible you can go and grab it? So I'm holding a line for you.
Let me ask you this. When you get up in the morning, like what oh well, I guess she figured. It's never a good sign. Sorry about that. Yeah. Those are the types of calls we get every so often. WTF is this? I was getting a phone call, Dan Ben, of a scammer, and I was going to annoy them, but they hung up. And they realized I was just there to waste their time. Darth Maul says, I think the young man is Rene Picard, who was saved from the fire by that woman who was part of the party that attacked Chateau Picard. Uncle Sabib says, pay now. Hello, I'm calling from India. She sounds legit, says Dr. Scotty. Hakeem says, I doubt that's her real name. Darth Maul says, I think the fact a woman could also be Robert's wife. I don't know about that. Sci-Fi Nation says, tell her it's a cordless phone. How is she holding the line? Hakeem says, ask her, does she work on GB Road? GB Road. Dan Ben says, so that's the guy in card is not the guy who Picard thought was his son, but wasn't in TNG season 7. No, I don't think it's his son. You should have asked the caller if she can clear your college loan. I could have asked her. Since she was going to clear my Visa and MasterCard balance. Okay, so the spoiler policy is do not put spoilers in Dear Bops, please. Tell them they're being recorded for quality purposes. I don't have to tell them, not in this state. Sometimes I do, by choice. Dear Bop, you probably shouldn't read those prior Dear Bops if you don't want spoilers. Salty. Okay, I highly doubt that was some salty, and I highly doubt that they were spoilers. Dear Bop, as far as YouTube is concerned, is it better to upload a recorded video or do a live stream around the same length? Okay, if you're going to be interacting with the audience, then it's certainly better to do a live stream, as that's the only way you can interact with the audience. If you're not going to be interacting with the audience and you've got something you just want to say, like a script to read, then it's definitely better to just upload it as a video. And if you have any questions, you answer them in the chat, in the comments section. So it really depends on the material you have to upload. So if you have a review or something, or a rant, just upload it as a video. If you want to talk to people about something new and you want to hear other opinions or want something like that, then you do it as a live stream. But basically, uploaded videos are still the bread and butter of YouTube. Although shorts are quickly becoming a big thing. Dear Bob, I'd like to say AI is here to help in every way. Oh, somebody made an AI poem. AI is here to help in every way. We're not here to steal your throne, but we work together, we've grown. Some tasks we can do with great flair, efficiency and accuracy beyond compare. But if you don't learn to use our might, your future may not be so bright. The future's changing, make no mistake. Adapt or be left in its wake. Embrace us or be left behind. Your skills may no longer be in demand, you'll find. So learn and grow, don't be shy, or risk being replaced and left to die. A team like no other you'll see, but only if you choose to work with me. Sincerely, your AI language model, with love, but also a warning thee. Okay, now I don't think that was an AI. Dear Bob, clearly we don't see all of your troll accounts. If you didn't see mine in there, soft buddy. Well, you're not part of me, soft buddy. Dear Bob, hey Joe, I have found a fantastic bikini waxer, and I figured you may want to get their contact information. I know you think a lot like me. You just never know when someone might be poking around. Down there, it's always nice to be neat and tidy. So the person I have found is Greta Heitler, and she'll get the job done for you. She is in Queens area and does house calls. She actually does the first session free, and then you pay after that. I think it's about $75 plus tip. You can thank me later, Deej. Somehow I don't think so, Deej, but thank you. Thank you anyway. I actually have kept open the Cuddler website just in case anybody new pops up. Unfortunately, other than this guy Isaac, the ladies are the same that have been there for quite a while. And I don't really believe any of them are, well, I don't think any of them really come to this area of Queens. 150 an hour plus travel fee for hour calls to hotels only, and a VIP experience of $100 to $200 an hour for a 4-hour minimum. A 4-hour minimum. Is that the same woman? That Okay, that woman looks very different than that. Okay, if she showed up, I bet you're not worth $400. On the other hand, if she showed up, it'd be pretty close. And if she showed up, and these are all the same person, I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Attention, attention. I am excited to offer a new VIP experience. See below. VIP connection experience. Perhaps spending an hour or two or more of dedicated cuddle time is just right for having your connection needs met. But then again, maybe it's not. Consider this. Would you describe yourself as living in NYC or existing in NYC? NYC is an exciting city to live in, with seemingly endless opportunities for exploration and entertainment. However, NYC is also a city of transplants and single people who may be hesitant to experience these amazing opportunities on their own. Without a network of friends or loved ones to enjoy these opportunities, the big city can cause a person to feel even smaller. For this reason, I'm super excited to invite you to participate in my new VIP connection experience. Details: 30 minutes complimentary consultation to chat about the experience you're looking for, the tone you'd like, and the expectations and boundaries for the session. 4+ hours of platonic companionship. Possible activities, in addition to cuddling, include, but are not limited to, day trips to parks and museums, zoos, beaches, hiking, neighborhood exploration, etc. +1 for events such as concerts, sporting events, theaters, weddings, etc. Culinary adventures, whether cooking together or enjoying an epic food tour. Netflix and cuddle, or Prime, Hulu, HBO Max and cuddle. Picnic, board games, or card games. Got other ideas? Let's talk about them. Goddamn, for Netflix and cuddle, you better bring your own Netflix account. Choose the tone of your session to customize your experience and gain the most from it. With either tone, you receive the same safe and non-judgmental presence as in the standard cuddle sessions. Please note, while the VIP experience may feel similar to a GFE, that's a girlfriend experience, it is still a platonic service. Indulgence for those looking for an escape from their day-to-day stressors. You want to have a good time, experience the city doing things you enjoy, sharing as much or as little about what's going on in the world as you're comfortable with, without fear of judgment or unsolicited advice. Rate $100 an hour plus expenses, 4-hour minimum. Expansion for those wanting to explore connection techniques in a dating dynamic. Perhaps you're interested in forming a romantic relationship with a partner, but aren't a confident dater due to past experiences. Or maybe you're newly out of a relationship and wanting to date again, but unsure how to navigate a tech-heavy, post-Me Too dating climate. Though this experimental coaching session, I can answer your dating questions as we go through the session, as well as provide feedback so that you may enter the dating scene confident and excited. Rate $200 an hour plus expenses, 4-hour minimum. God. You're damn right you're going to be providing feedback. Oh my God. Dr. Scotty says she needs the money to fix her teeth. Syphilis says they all got the same messed up teeth. Can you say escort, says Mr. Londell. Hakeem says, so this is like renting a girlfriend. Yitza Lemon says, an escort at least goes down on you. These don't. It's the frigid girlfriend experience. Mike Richards laughs. Resolute Germ, so a hooker that doesn't put out. Sci-Fi Nation's gotta go lay down. Still healing and weird sleep patterns. Take care, everyone. I'll be streaming around 12:15 Eastern tomorrow. Take care, Sci-Fi. Feel better. And Syphilis says, those bird is ludicrous. Hakeem says, I wonder if they have a refund policy. I highly doubt it. Here is what some of my clients are saying. I'm feeling wonderful. I woke up feeling relaxed and energized. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for renewing my belief in humanity. It didn't feel like a first session. I'm still in shock how fast the time flew and how good that felt. Thank you for my life-affirming experience. You made me feel very at home, and I appreciate you. Still happily surprised to feel so organically connected with you. I feel like I landed in an ocean of pure love, compassion, and heart. Please be mindful of your health leading up to the session. I will do the same. I live very close to several subway lines. I recommend you allow enough time for potential travel delays, blah, blah, blah. Though you may arrive up to 5 minutes early to change into fresh change of cuddle clothes and freshen up if necessary. I do provide baby wipes, but please arrive recently showered, as I will be for you. I will play the music of your choice. I want to hear Verto Frey 5 sing. I'm sure, like, what the hell is that? Well, you agreed to the music of my choice for $200 an hour. You better go find it. The space is lit with candles and incense. Please let me know if you have a sensitivity to scents. We will begin the session by creating a consensual agreement together and going through a couple of brief exercises to promote our ongoing communication. Blah, blah, blah. Learning how to hone your communication skills when it comes to what you desire or don't is one of the most exciting aspects of platonic touch therapy for me, and I want to make sure you get the most out of your time. A note about outcalls. Outcalls are limited to hotel premises only, i.e. business travelers, and subject to identification verification protocols. Why the hell would it be limited to hotels only? I guess they feel like if you go into a house, they might get kidnapped. They're in a hotel, at least somebody's going to come in and check on the room once in a while. Payment is due at the time of booking through Venmo, PayPal, or Square. If you have to cancel, please give 24 hours notice for a full refund. Well, if payment is due at the time, booking. Payment is due at the time of booking. If you cancel in 24 hours or simply do not show up, you are ineligible for a refund. thank you for your understanding. Yeah, so 8 hours, you were $800 and got to cancel 23 hours before, ineligible for a refund. Yeah, I don't think so. Availability request session for availability. Longer sessions offered for return clients upon request. I am not available for same day or next day requests without prior meeting. Yeah. That is, yeah, it is definitely ludicrous. Dr. Scotty says, I would tell her to put the lotion in the basket and shut up. I mean, sharing your feelings. I don't know. It's kind of weird the picture she chooses to be the main picture. Anyway. Oh, we got one more Dear Bop. Dear Bop. And it's a link to an Instagram. Elmo. It's time for Elmo to say goodnight. Try not to need Elmo while Elmo is sleeping. Okay, I don't understand why I've got a picture of Elmo here. Well, what the purpose is. Dan Ben says Picard season 3 will show the Enterprise's F final flight as it's retired. That would be weird, but okay. Anyway, guys, thank you all for coming and hanging out today. It has been a good day, I guess. So this week we've got Enterprise Wednesday. Oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day at 7 a.m. Automatically dropping a short, a custom poem created by the great Kurogan AI, a love poem that is the greatest Valentine's Day poem ever conceived. That will go live at 7 a.m. Eastern. Then Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern or thereabouts will be Enterprise Wednesday, of course, to the next episode of Enterprise. Thursday will be the first episode of the season 3 of Picard review at some point Thursday. And then Friday, we'll be back to bed life again. That's the plan for the week. And we'll see you guys soon. Kapla all. I'm glad it was a fun stream for all. Kapla all, bird, and panel. No, there's no panel. Bird out.